All right, what's up? What's up? Are we okay? Cool. Welcome everybody to the Insider Gaming Talk Show. I'm your host, Kaplan 224. Today, this is episode 50. I'm joined by Super Midas, Soplab, and House Hindo in the house today. Welcome everybody. So this is like honestly a really light news week, so hopefully we'll run through this pretty quickly. But quick housekeeping notes. Next Saturday, November 16th, we're doing a 24-hour charity stream raising money for the Big Beautiful Kids. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have all of our featured talk shows. We're going to have Push to Talk, Open Comms, the Meta Show, and of course the Insider Gaming Talk Show as well. And that is going to start at 6 a.m. Pacific Time, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, or 1400 Eve time for all my Eve players out there. And it's going to run until, of course, the next day, Sunday, 6 a.m., Eastern and all that stuff. It's going to be such a great time. Can't wait. We're going to have a lot of our streamers here. I'm going to be doing my own block on there, as well as Lizzie Fox, Life Shifter, who's like the usual host for the show. And yeah, I can't wait for it. It's going to be awesome.
Going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, indeed. So, of course, we like to start the show. What have you guys been playing this week? Let's see. Soplab, start us off. What have you been playing this week?
I've been playing some more Warcraft, actually, and some StarCraft 2. That's about it, though. Oh, I played Outer Worlds last Sunday. That was a fun, 12 hours, but it was kind of really short, in my opinion.
Oh, you beat it? Damn, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was super short.
I really enjoyed that. I'm still trying to get through it myself, but there's just so many damn games out. It's crazy. Midas, how about you? What have you been playing this week?
You know what? I was thinking about what I was going to say for this segment, and then I kind of was just like, I'm just going to say what I've been actually playing. I cracked out Payday 2 again this week for the first time in some time. I haven't played Payday 2 for about maybe 6 or 7 months. Okay. They just released a new update that dropped new cosmetics. So you can change your suit now, and they have Joker suits and stuff, from the new Joker and from old Joker.
I saw your
and from
post.
Comic book Joker, and I was so with it. So yeah, they have new suit customizations. The new weapons pack sucks, but what are you gonna do? They're just reskinned textures. But the new heist is actually pretty cool. It's a border crossing where you have to find a secret passage to get across the border and then steal a plane, which is really awesome. So yeah, I played a little bit of Payday 2. I played some Golf with Your Friends because my friend bought it for me. And then I've been trying to get Red Dead to download. But
you got it?
99 gigabytes. So that's a no from me. I'm gonna wait on that one until I can get a new hard drive. I have another hard drive slot available in my laptop.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it's been a little bit of shoot and stealing kind of weekend.
Cool. I need to hop on that. I've been meaning to too. Like I saw you post the picture. I was like, oh god, this looks so cool.
Yeah.
So I gotta check it out.
Listen, man, I'd be happy to play. I'm top level because I've played so much in the past that I'd be happy to take you along on a little adventure.
Shoot, yeah, maybe we can get a little INN team session going on later tonight.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
What about you, Hendo? What have you been playing this week?
I maxed out all my characters on Destiny.
Nice.
Damn. You have all 3 slots?
They're all at 903. Solid.
No need to flex, Hendo.
Wow.
Come on.
Oh, and I want to say a special shout out to CCP Terror, because I received my winnings from
Nice.
CCP from E-Vegas. I won the 3800X in a tweet, so I want to say thank you out to Tweet Fleet, everybody in Stream Fleet. That was great. I appreciate it. I omega'd my account, CCP, so you got me back for a few more months.
Awesome.
Well,
Hendo's
back.
For this week, I've only been playing one game, and that is Red Dead Redemption 2. It just dropped this week on PC, and man, I've been having such a blast. I initially got it when it came out on consoles last year, but for some reason, I just couldn't get into it. And it's crazy because like the original Red Dead is one of my favorite games of all time. So I waited on it, and now it's on PC. Bought it again, and it's just an addiction right now. I can't stop. I've been streaming it all week, and Midas came and checked me out, and it's been a lot of fun. Mostly playing the online mode, but I definitely want to dip my toes into the campaign too. It's crazy because it feels so alive. Like even online, it feels more alive than GT Online did. Like there's animals that roam around. The people like just go from shop to shop, and they're doing things and riding around on horses and carriages. There's like random encounters and events. It's so fun. I'm in love so far. Okay.
I enjoyed watching that stream. That was a fun little thing to do. It's like you stream it right at the perfect time for me because it's right when I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
So I can just pop it on my phone, and it's great.
Well, thank you. All right. So now to get into our topics for the week. First, we're going to talk about some gaming industry updates, and first thing on the report for today comes by way of Polygon. There's been some PlayStation shakeups as far as management goes, and the previous PlayStation Worldwide Studios head Shuhei Yoshida has stepped down, and now Guerrilla Games head Herman Holtz is taking his position. So Herman Holtz was like the lead on the game Horizon Zero Dawn. And I think this is a good role for him. I feel sad that Shuhei is sort of stepping down from this role, but he's going into, I believe this article says, Yoshida will remain with Sony, however, as the head of a newly formed initiative that will focus on nurturing external independent creators. So he's working like with indie devs, which I feel like is really fitting for him as far as this goes. But there's been a ton of shakeups like the past couple years leading up into like the PS5. Like we saw Andrew House leave, Jim Ryan took over as president and CEO, and Sean Layden left, who was the previous president of PlayStation. So any thoughts on these shakeups for PlayStation guys heading into PS5? I know you probably don't know a lot of these people, but yeah, I think it's really interesting.
I think it's I don't know. I think we're seeing a restructuring here, and restructurings are always good.
Yeah.
Certainly, it's one of those things where it's necessary. I can name like 5 companies off the top of my head that need to start firing people and rehiring people. Woo! We got a segment for that. But yeah, there's companies that need to start firing people and start rehiring new people. And I think PlayStation getting on top of it now is smart because they're not shooting themselves in the foot later.
Yeah, I think it's smart too to like kind of rotate people in and out of different positions and see how they perform with certain leads and stuff like that. So I think it's a pretty smart move on PlayStation's front, especially competing against the next Xbox and everything else that's coming out next year. So
yeah, I think definitely it's something to keep an eye on, to watch as it progresses, because if they start doing it, if PlayStation starts doing it, maybe some other companies will pick up on what's going on and they'll start doing it too.
Yeah. So moving on from the PlayStation shakeups, again, this is a short week or short news week, so I had to kind of look around and fill in the blanks. But we got the NPD numbers from July all the way to September 2019, and this is from GameDaily.biz. So according to the NPD numbers, total U.S. consumer spend within the gaming industry saw just a 1% year-over-year increase during the third quarter of 2019. The NPD group has reported between July and September of this year, spending across hardware, software, and digital content reached $9.18 billion. Year-to-date spending between January and September now stands at $27.9 billion total, which also represents a 1% increase from the same period in 2018. So for quarter three, spend on video game content alone came in at $8.1 billion, 3% increase from the same 3 months last year. This is interesting to note right here. The games which were best performing during the period include Borderlands 3, Candy Crush Saga, Fortnite, Grand Theft Auto 5 still going strong, Madden NFL 20, Minecraft still going strong,
Woohoo!
NBA 2K20, and Pokemon Go still going strong. But it's also good to note that Q3 also saw sluggish hardware sales despite the continued success of the Nintendo Switch. So speaking of the Nintendo Switch segue, the Nintendo Switch continues to dominate. So this is kind of like a compilation of the NPD numbers as well as like their October performance. Nintendo's third earnings corners are out, and they revealed that the company had sold 4.8 million Switch consoles between July and September, and their total number is just above over 41 million units have shipped in total as of September 30th. I think they're now somewhat close to 50 million. If not already 50 million. This quarter saw the release of Switch Lite, a new handheld-only version of the console that can't dock to a TV but costs $100 less. The Lite sold 1.85 million units, while the regular Switch, which also got a new revision, sold 2.85 million units. And the best-selling games of this quarter were Fire Emblem Three Houses, which sold 2.29 million units, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening, which is up to 3.13 million units, and Luigi's Mansion and their fitness game had a really strong October. So what do we think of these NPD numbers so far, guys?
I think they're going to go up for the Switch Lite because it's funny you mentioned those numbers for this.
Yeah,
I recently got one of these in the mail because I have Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon just released their own toy catalog. That Switch Lite is advertised all over the gaming section of this.
And you got to think they have a special Pokemon Sword and Shield version too. And
yes,
then,
the yellow one.
Yeah.
It's being advertised in this catalog as an Amazon exclusive too.
Yeah, and then we got Black Friday. I saw some Black Friday deals for the Switch coming up. I know the big one that Nintendo's trying to sell is bundling up Mario Kart with the Nintendo Switch this holiday season. So it's going to...
Yeah, and there's a few good deals going on the older Switches too on Newegg because Newegg's doing like Black November right now.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
I would like to jump in here for deodorant. Unfortunately, there is no news about Master Chief Collection. I do know that they started.
Yeah, that was
right.
Go for it.
Yeah, it's weird. I got to play the last week. I talked briefly about. I think we got disconnected, but I played the Reach, the Halo Reach for Master Chief Collection on PC. But there's still no updates on a release date or anything like that.
Yeah.
They're definitely trying to get Reach fleshed out. I think they want to do that right for a PC release.
Yeah, they disappointed me in Tutu's generation too much.
Wait, what are we talking?
They're trying to make it. Tutu, we're both millennials, okay?
Yeah.
We've been through plenty of disappointment in the gaming industry.
Of course, yes, we have. Of course,
Halo's one of the few things that like came out shining from our era.
Yes, definitely.
Isn't there like a Halo Reach event going on Tuesday?
Yeah, they're doing. It's weird because they got a deal with Twitch. I should have added that too. They got a deal with Twitch.
We probably should have added that.
They would get a deal with Mixer because Microsoft, but they're doing like a special esports Twitch Rivals event on Tuesday for Halo Reach PC. So Hendo, I want you to take this topic right here. You see the next topic?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I knew that Hendo was gonna go crazy.
Okay, so as you guys can see reflected in my glasses, there's a lot of red going on right there. The ghost of Mao has struck at video games once again. The Chinese government has decided, in order to, combat gaming, it's better if we just put a curfew on everything. Unlike the UK report I briefly touched on in a previous show, where they talked about measures that gaming companies could take, to not prey on children. The Chinese government, the People's Republic, has decided that, nah, you just can't play video games after 10. You can't do it. This curfew is not at all surprising to me. I follow international politics just as a hobby. I have the headaches to prove it.
You also don't have a choice. I retweet enough of it on your timeline.
Yeah, and I've subscribed to enough political channels on YouTube to fill out everything. But Kotaku got a very short article, basically just running the skinny. I would recommend, and I might actually link this in the chat, this YouTube channel, China Uncensored. They actually go into depth on these kind of policy changes going on over there. Okay. And it's not as clean cut as Kotaku would have you guys see. Video games, and when it comes to Western titles, as everybody knows, every time a video game company has to go over to China, they have to have a separate division. They have a whole bunch of codes and watching stuff that would be against all of our terms of service over here. So this isn't really surprising to me, and of course they're bending the knee because they want that Chinese market. They do. It's 400 billion. That's larger than the US population. You can't get that mad at them until you look at the actual numbers. You're making, as Tutu just went through in the previous article, they're making billions. Billions. They're making more than the auto industry does.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
We're talking about studios as small as 10 people to up as 50? Making billions. So when it comes to my opinion, they're being a little too greedy when it comes to the Chinese market, because there's more than enough money to go around to make quality games that you can do whatever and people can play all night. Nobody's going to come in and kick down your door because you play Rainbow Six till 10:15.
It's gaming. When politics crosses gaming, I feel like it's kind of our duty to cover it in a way. We try not to lean into the political side of it, more so the gaming side of it. And on the gaming side, this really sucks. It also says that not only do they have this curfew, but they have a 90-minute time limit Mondays through Fridays, which is just 2 hours. Well, what? No.
Yeah, I was onto that.
And then on the weekends they have I think a 3-hour time limit, which is really, really crappy.
Yeah, it's completely counterintuitive, and I guarantee you there will be easements made for locally made games. This is what this government does. I'm not talking about politics. This is just what they do. I don't care what side of the spectrum you fall on. This government is very oppressive and very intrusive, and they don't care about IPs. This is what they're going to do to all imported games, in my opinion. And then they're going to start making their own Chinese clones. And they're not going to have any of these restrictions because they were made by a government-sponsored company.
I don't like normally doing this because Hendo, you've seen my Twitter, but if I may play devil's advocate for a moment here.
Okay, go right ahead. I love devil's advocate.
I fully believe that what China is doing is they watched what happens to some American kids, and they were like, well, we're not going to have that happen to our kids. Obviously, there's a very huge authoritarian control over this. There's a very huge surveillance state thing over this, and I'm not denying any of that. It's horrible. However, I do think that what they're doing is grounded in some twisted sense of logic, Obviously, authoritarianism is bad. People should be able to do what they want, but it makes sense why they would restrict video game times for children.
I'll agree with you, and I'll compromise that it's opportunist.
Oh no, it's completely you're completely correct, and I am in no way saying it's correct in any way to do this at all. But I do think that the Chinese government, their logic is at least sound to the Chinese government. It's not like this just happened out of the blue.
Well, they also got a few economic bubbles that are about to burst over in that particular country themselves. So that's why I also say they're being anti-competitive, particularly this, because I guarantee you, locally made Chinese games are not going to go through these restrictions. They're not going to restrict their microtransactions. They're not going to restrict their time limit on when they can play, because that money goes circulate right back into the government. That's just how they want. They don't play fine. They don't play well with imports.
Dino just made a very good point. Maybe they're watching what's happening in South Korea and deciding to not do anything similar to that. It's fair. I understand it. I totally get that that's how they would run things. I don't think it's correct at all. I think it's horrible, but if you're living right next to South Korea, it makes sense that you would watch what's going on in South Korea and say, it's a no.
The only thing that I get, like, looking at it from like a,
plenty of their neighbors are not going through that too at the same time.
That's true. That's true.
That's why I say it's very opportunist. They look at what their worst neighbors doing, and they always be like, oh, well, they could, somehow, not really, but we gotta do this just in case.
We should get off China, though. We should.
Yeah. We gotta go on to the next article. Else we're gonna get bogged down. We started off late today.
Well, speaking of China, here we go. So now we're on to our Blizzard Watch 2019 segment. So this news all comes after BlizzCon. BlizzCon 2019 happened last Friday and Saturday, and it was a pretty cool event. But a lot of it was kind of like, you can see Blizzard like rushing to make announcements to kind of cover up some controversies, and of course more controversies came out from that. And the Blizzard president kind of backed his stance and statements on the bans of the Hearthstone players and casters. So I'm trying to find the exact quote here. It's a really long and in-depth article. I'll link it in the chat, but pretty much, he's just kind of like said that, Blizzard going forward wants to be more open and have like an open discussion about like these kind of things, but the bans still stand as of right now. So which is it's stupid, like, to come out and like have his apology and then like have those bans still like stand is just it's really dumb to me. I feel like going forward they should like what they should have done is just eliminate it, revoke those bans, and then going forward say, okay, these are our rules set. If anybody violates our rules, then in the future we'll have to ban them. So
I don't know. In
my opinion, he didn't have word salad. That was a word enema. He did worse. They keep doing worse. I have no idea who's in charge of PR, who's doing this stuff. They need to get fired. They need to go on Monster, LinkedIn, and find somebody new. Because every statement is getting worse from Blizzard.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. Yeah. They need to unban the kid and just be like, you know what? We aren't going to stream this in Southwest China from now on. We're not going to, they shouldn't maintain the ban. Maybe some restrictions on where he can like compete on stream I can get, but to say like, oh yeah, we're completely cool, but he's going to stay on death row. Yeah, he's cool though. We pardoned him, but he's still going to get executed next week. Can you imagine if like a warden said that?
This whole thing is very like, to me, it sounds a lot like he's lost control of his own company.
Yeah, that's
it sounds a lot like he has Jeff Kaplan has completely lost control over his.
This is J. Allen Brack as the president. Jeff
Was
Kaplan
it?
is VP. Okay. There's another article on him, but
yeah, he also was like, nah, but like it's one of those things where reading these two articles right next to each other, it looks like both of them were like, nah, this is a terrible, like, I don't know what's going on. But like no one's unbanned, you know, nothing's been taken care of. So to me, instead of like reading this as if like they're bad or like Blizzard, you know, the Blizzard president is evil or whatever, I think they've lost control of their company. I fully believe that they are at the mercy and the whim of whoever is controlling their shareholder stuff right now.
Yeah. So just to read this real quick, this is a PC Gamer article. They asked him if they're going to be repealing the punishment against Blitzchung and the 2 Taiwanese casters involved in the incident, and he quickly said, "We are not." They asked why, and he gave this long-winded statement. I'll read some of it, just pretty much give you an idea of like his stance. So one of the things that we talked about, says J. Allen Brack, the president, in the commitment to expression about all kinds of ways and all kinds of places, is the fact that we're huge believers in free speech and we're huge believers in free expression. We have a long history of that being part of the culture of the company for our employees. That's certainly part of the culture of the relationship that we have with the community. So employees are free to post on their social media accounts. This is a lot of bullshit.
Absolutely.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a lot of BS and a lot of just like double standards and but in conjunction to this, so this is from the president of Blizzard, the VP of Blizzard, Jeff Kaplan, and also the head director of Overwatch, had his own statement that he put out, and he believes that the punishment should be reduced or even eliminated. One very surprising critic of Blizzard's handling of the situation is Jeff Kaplan, the high-profile director of Blizzard's team-based FPS Overwatch. Kaplan told the Washington Post that he was relieved when Blizzard reduced Blitzchung's suspension. Furthermore, he thinks it should be reduced even more or eliminated. I'm obviously a huge supporter of free speech. It's something that's very important to me, Kaplan said. It got to me personally. I think the punishment was too harsh, and I was greatly relieved when they gave his money back. I think that was extremely important. So this kind of shows you kind of like the juxtaposition between like 2 big leads at Blizzard and like what the president believes and then what the VP believes. So
right. Even still, the fact that they're so out of conjunction with what's coming out of the rest of corporate Blizzard is just weird.
Yeah.
And I again, you know, I don't know what's going on in Blizzard. I don't have any idea as to what's going on in Blizzard. I won't pretend to be fully knowledgeable on the subject, but I will say that it sounds scarily a lot like they have lost control of their company and that they are on a slippery downhill slope.
Stockholders have control.
Yeah. Continuing on from this, with Jeff Kaplan, Jeff Kaplan came out and said that Overwatch 1 and 2 will eventually merge into a single client. And this is really weird because if you know Overwatch 2, it really feels like an expansion to Overwatch than a sequel, at least so far from what we've seen. And Jeff Kaplan said there will be a point where the clients merge. We think this is important, especially as a competitive experience. The whole idea is to avoid fragmenting the player base and giving anybody a competitive advantage. If we're playing in the same competitive pool, you better not have a better frame rate just because you're on a different version of the engine. And this like brings the question, like I understand why sequels are made. I mean, versus like expansions, it's more money, it's more like raises awareness more. But still, it's like, why Overwatch 2? Why not just
right
an expansion of this?
It's funny that it was released immediately after all of this controversy started, too.
Exactly.
They were just like, oh, by the way, we're making a second one. And, you know, you can totally forget about what's going on with, like, China and Hong Kong. That stuff doesn't matter. It's totally fine, guys, right? And it's not fine. But like, you know,
I don't understand why they need to make a sequel. Isn't it an online game? Similar. It's battle royale, but similar to like WoW. It's online. It's multi. It's MMO.
Yeah.
Why aren't they just adding like a massive expansion and a bunch of characters?
Yeah, well, the sequel, the only like it has like a new game mode for the PvP, and the biggest new addition to the sequel is that they're adding a full on like PvE co-op mode. That's a lot like Left 4 Dead, from what I hear.
Is it like a complete engine change? Because I don't play Overwatch, so I'm speaking for the ignorant viewer right now of the Overwatch world.
No, it looks like they changed character designs, but the engine looks exactly the same pretty much. So
they made no engine changes. They just added a PvE mode, better PvP mechanics
to an already broken
engine.
They
slap a 2 on it.
Yep.
Pretty much. Yep.
Let's get rid of the controversy by making another game. Except it's not another game. It's just the same game in a different package.
Wonder how many controversies their new characters in Overwatch 2 are going to cause.
It's already happened.
I wonder if they're going to change. I wonder how significantly the difference between their taglines are going to be for this game.
There was already controversy. I was reading I'm on Twitter a lot, and I'm on like very far left Twitter. So there's some weird people on this.
He is. I can vouch for that. It's left as hell.
But like, there were some like weird criticisms about like, it's the first African American female in this game, and people were like upset about it. And I was like, okay, I can understand why you're upset about it being like the first time in the second game, but also that's a really weird thing to nitpick Blizzard on when they literally have China on the reins right now. You're gonna criticize them for a game that they're making to distract from the fact that they're owned by a Chinese company.
You should go look at who owns the actual newspaper or article publisher that they work for. You'd be surprised how many are actually owned by Eastern. You'll be surprised when you actually start like looking up stuff on like some of these smaller sites that publish a lot of outrage articles.
I don't want to I don't want to like stick the tube in my nose and like, conspiracy theories, but like,
no, it's all public.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. It's not a pleasant experience right now.
So yeah, that pretty much concludes our Blizzard Watch 2019 segment.
Yeah, God, please.
It's crazy. Like the year's almost over, and they're like continuously making mistakes. So,
congratulations to the protesters from me personally. You guys did a great job.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what more news comes out of 2019 before we get into next year. Anyone want to take the next topic for our general gaming news segment?
I have a whole second segment in top story, so I'm done for now.
So play.
Oh no, you're not.
Sure, I got this.
Yeah, Soplab, take this.
So Ubisoft Spain released a new tweet. It's definitely in Spanish, but essentially they're teasing out a new Splinter Cell. This is all on PC Gamer.
It's like proper Spanish. I want to call my in-laws for this.
Yeah, right. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it and translate. See what this is.
They have it translated under the picture.
Do they?
Yeah, on the article.
Yeah, it says you need to understand the darkness in order to face it, which is pretty Splinter Cell.
If there's a new Splinter Cell, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah, so
it's gonna be kind of sad.
That'll be a pre-order from Hendo.
Wow!
Be a pre-order from
You
Hendo.
heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
That would be a pre-order. I paid a $50 pre-order bullshit.
God damn.
I don't believe you.
Oh no, I would do.
I think T2 would.
Look, you're talking to a guy who just maxed out his freaking Destiny 2. I love these kind of games. Okay.
Yes, besides like Metal Gear Solid, Splinter Cell is definitely like the best stealth-based game we've ever had.
See, that's why I'm saying this is gonna be sad.
Wait. One thing, Ubisoft, do not use the Assassin's Creed engine on this. I swear to God.
God, no. No.
I will come to Sweden or whatever Nordic country you guys are based in. I'll get drunk off mead, and it'll be a freaking night. All right.
Oh my lord, Midas, why you say it's going to be sad for?
Because okay, I don't know if you all played the last Splinter Cell, but there's a reference in Splinter Cell to Metal Gear.
Oh yeah, that was actually
That came out.
The last Ghost Recon game when they had like the
Yeah.
crossover event. Yeah.
Yeah, and he comes in and he's like, there
Yeah.
used to be this one other guy, he wore a bandana or something.
Yeah.
And she says, I heard he retired. And this was right before Metal Gear Solid 5.
It was
And
after.
like that, was it after?
Yeah,
I thought it was
after.
right before. It broke my heart.
Yeah.
I was like, this sucks. Especially with what's going on with Survive and like the fact that Kojima is off working on Death Stranding, which I'm so excited for. But even still, that little snippet was just like,
yeah,
okay.
even when he looked like in the distance and he looked back in the
yeah,
camera,
he looked sad. I was like,
he said it's only me now, and I was like, oh. But yes, we want you back, Sam Fisher. There's been rumors for a while about a new Splinter Cell. So, and every year I've been working for Ubisoft at E3 every year, and every year I'm like, please let this be the year Splinter Cell's announced. So, hopefully next E3 we get a Splinter Cell announcement. We'll see.
Please let this be a normal field trip.
The
all right.
game didn't get nearly enough love.
And also, it looks like Death Stranding store pages are live on Steam and Epic, which means
they're
it's
live.
not going to be an Epic Game Store exclusive.
Thank
It's
God.
really good news for Steam.
Okay, I love all the actors. They got the motion capture in this game.
Yes.
Let me just say that off the bat. I love them all. They're all the bee's knees, as you were. But I don't know. I've seen some gameplay footage for Death Stranding, and it seems a really awkward, very niche game.
It definitely is.
It definitely is, yeah.
Yeah, video. I was saying to my community yesterday, because like I love Kojima. I love Kojima's games. And I'm a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid. But this is the first time where I feel like kind of confused and conflicted. Like I'm gonna get it eventually, but man, like I love everything about this game. Like literally everything about this game except for the core gameplay.
I love everything about this game except the part that makes me. Yeah, that's like part of the game.
Like the issue is games provide such a unique and dynamic way of storytelling that I feel like Death Stranding fell into that hole of more storytelling and production value than actual replayable gameplay.
Yeah.
Listen, I hope you guys just like Monster Energy.
I just hope they get their money back. I just hope they break even on this, because even with Monster sponsorship, the production values on this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
it looks like I saw last time I saw something like this. I think it was that CGI version of Beowulf, like when I was in high school.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and that didn't that tank an entire studio?
I think so.
Like the cost?
Yeah. I think so, yeah.
Yeah, like tanked like 2 studios or something. It was ridiculous.
Another interesting thing to note about this Death Stranding coming up is that the base pricing for the game is based off of Ukraine, which is kind of weird because Kojima's out of Japan and then 505's out of Italy.
Is the game like based in kind of like an Eastern European theme?
No, it's America. It's
yeah, but like the base pricing for the base, like the price chart is.
It's not Daryl Stonovich or something.
That might just be a bug because I'm let me see. I
the exchange rate's great. Like, let's do Ukrainian prices because that's saving us money.
No, I see US.
Well, the base that's the base game prices on it was in Ukrainian Hryvnia. I'm on the 505 Discord and we're talking. There's a whole conversation about it.
I'm looking at it right now.
Where are you looking at the Steam store page?
I'm looking at it on Steam. Yeah, and it's US.
That's where the 505 publisher is, but 505 is headquartered in Milan. I mean, it's kind of weird that we're actually seeing like their base pricing, like how they adjust for each market is all based off the Ukrainian price.
Wait, that's weird.
I don't know how you're seeing that. Because I'm all in US over here. I got $59.99 US dollars.
I'm just confused how there's a gaming company in Milan. Like, what, you got the runway from like straight stuff and you just go like, what's going on there?
There's the price chart. It's in our I'll also post in the chat here.
Thank you.
Like experience where Morgan Webb came back in the day. Am I right, Tutu?
Wait, what about Morgan Webb?
You remember her from back in the day on Xbox?
I do.
Yeah, hey, gaming studios in Milan. It explains where we got her. They just caught
Keep
her
us
before she
moving.
got on the
Let's keep
runway.
us moving. Come on here.
I used to have a crush on Morgan Webb back in the day.
We
actually.
all did
Yeah, I
too.
think
I
everybody
don't think
did.
that.
Of course,
I think
Olivia
every
Munn
one
did.
of us did.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we go back to G4, baby. Okay, let's continue. Death Stranding, unique each game.
But yeah,
Huge production value. It's
Death Stranding
getting his money back. We don't think so.
So you're gonna be looking to see Death Stranding in 2020.
yeah,
beyond
coming out summer 2020, which is a ways away, but that'll be cool. I can't wait to see like what the PC mod community does to that game.
I just hope it has a great story that people will just end up buying the game for that.
Yeah, me too. Like I worry about how it's going to perform, especially like now, because it's like really like one of the first big like it's almost like a AAA indie game in a way, you know, and it's like we've never really seen that, so it's really really unique. Regardless of how you feel about the gameplay, I think it's kind of something to celebrate that we have. So I hope it does well. It'll be interesting to see. I'll keep a close eye on that in the coming weeks and months.
Every time I see clips, though, I think it's like a sequel to Elysium. Am I the only one? Like, I feel like Brad Pitt, Matt Damon's just gonna come out the side corner, like, "What's up?"
So going on, we have Tutu's weekly deals and cool stuff. There's honestly a lot of stuff this week, but we were kind of rushing to get the show together. So
I didn't fill that out very well. I'm sorry. There's
No,
1,000 games
good.
on Steam on sale right now.
Good. So right now, there's free weekends for City Skylines, Elder Scrolls Online, and Payday 2, and they all have sales to boot. So you can hop in, play them for free if you like them. You can buy them. You can buy like DLC for a discounted price and stuff like that too.
That's why I have Skylines. They have a huge modding community on Steam.
Yeah,
so
very big.
highly recommend the game. Huge modding community.
What game was that?
City Skylines.
Oh, yeah.
They
have hell yeah, they do.
Like,
I'm also going to second recommend that.
If you want to build like futuristic crazy city, or you want to build Chernobyl, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in between.
You can build like Star Wars cities and stuff too. It's so cool.
And then next up, on the Epic Game Store, we have Ruiner and Nuclear Throne for free. They are two really, really good indie games, and I highly recommend them if you like bullet hell shooters. They both really do well in scratching that itch. And then
I think I have Ruiner. I think I got that in like a Humble bundle.
Yeah, I remember it was on Humble as well.
I'll definitely recommend Nuclear Throne. If you like Binding of Isaac, Nuclear Throne is similar, but it's also like a looter shooter. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is. I played it before too. I love Binding of Isaac, and Nuclear Throne reminds me a lot of that too. We're starting to get into the Black Friday season, all the holiday sales. So
yeah,
we'll update.
Our next show is going to be big.
Oh yeah, we'll have a lot of from that, of course. So now getting into our top stories, we have we're calling this segment YouTube drama. We kind of have like two stories for this coming from YouTube, and the first one is the YouTuber by the name of
Marky Moo.
FaZe Jarvis. FaZe Jarvis.
Not yet. That's my segment, Hendo. Don't you be taking that.
FaZe Jarvis has been banned from Fortnite completely. So he put out this video where I don't know why anyone would do this, or any Fortnite partner or YouTube partner would do this, but he put out a video showing him using like aim bots, and in the video he was like telling people like, don't do this, I don't recommend doing this. And even in the video he was like saying like, I hope I don't get banned for this. And sure enough, Fortnite, Epic, they don't play, and they banned his ass real quick. And so he uploaded like the typical apology video, apologizing and stuff like this. And this ban has been really weird because it's kind of split the competitive community for Fortnite. You have people that say like, every ban, like any and everybody should be banned for, whatever reason that they do, or whatever thing that they do. And then you have people that are saying like that these content creators should get like preferential treatment. And Ninja came out and said like Jarvis shouldn't be banned, and he should get like some kind of preferential treatment. So this is kind of like bringing up the statement like, do these content creators deserve preferential treatment on bans, or should any and everybody get banned? Which I think, of course, Any and everybody should get banned. Like, this is stupid. You have an audience of people that you're partnered with this game, and you're showcasing this video about like these auto aim cheats and
against TOS.
Exactly. And it's like, why wouldn't you get banned for that? It's so stupid to me.
Hi, today on my Fallout 76 freaking stream, we're gonna go on the dev room.
Yeah,
everybody, check this out. F in chat.
That's pretty much what he did. So, any thoughts on this, guys? What do you guys think? Do you guys stand with like people getting preferential treatment, or do you think he deserves his ban?
No, you're breaking TOS and you're broadcasting it. You deserve the hammer.
Yeah,
he definitely deserves the ban hammer.
In general, you're breaking TOS. You deserve the hammer. Let's be honest. I don't mean to sound all Judge Dredd in here, but you kind of deserve the hammer if you're breaking TOS in general.
I'm a very empathetic person, and I enjoy, I watched the video, and this dude's really upset about this ban. And I don't know. From what I saw, just like from a zoomed out view from just this article, yeah, dude totally deserves a ban. He really screwed up. He should not have done that. But after watching this video, I'm kind of like, maybe you could give him a second chance, or like, suspend him for a little while and then come back. Yeah, if he wasn't a big streamer, no one would care who he was. But like,
yeah, I mean that's the thing, though.
That's the thing. He did this for.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm not big on the whole preferential treatment thing. I honestly do think his ban should stay in place, but it was sad. So
I hear you, Super. I hear you. If this was just somebody who was just doing mind their own business in the house, and they broke TOS because they were having a really bad day of gameplay, so they're like, I'm just gonna give myself a little boost. But this guy did this intentionally, recorded it, filmed it live for money. Yeah. He did it for monetization reasons. He knew what he was doing, and he did it to make a profit. So that's where my empathy kind of checks out.
And Noodle says that he did it on different accounts and different PC. But although he did it on a different account and different PC, it's still him. And he, as a content creator, is breaking TOS. So
that even lets me know that he knew he was doing was wrong as hell. They had to do it on a complete different IP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to change my IP to do this live. Like, if I get banned for that, like, if I did that to CCP, if I did that with EVE Online with something crazy, and CCP was like, "You're gone," I'd be like, "Damn, I'm gone."
Yeah, you're gone.
I got called to another community. I'm out.
Yeah, because even in the initial video, he kept saying like, "Oh, I hope I don't get banned. I hope I don't get banned." But it's like, come on, man. Come on.
It's like robbing a bank. It's like, I hope I don't get arrested. I hope I don't get arrested. I hope I don't get arrested. I got 50 grand. Hope they don't shoot me when I'm running out the door.
But yeah, I mean, I get, like, I understand like why, people kind of try to find different ways of creating content. You kind of want to differentiate your content from other content creators. But, you can't break TOS when you're doing that. Like, that's just a no-go. Like, you got to find something else to do.
And don't get me wrong, exploiting bugs, glitches, any of that stuff. Like Clarion Call used to do that for EVE Online all the time. Used to record their awesome fleet battles exposing game-breaking glitches in EVE. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you know you're intentionally breaking TOS, you messed up. Especially if you're filming it.
Agreed.
What about the other guy who jumped on his PC and played with it? Does he deserve a ban? I don't know.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no, because it wasn't him and it wasn't like his idea to do it initially. It was FaZe Jarvis's idea, and of course his PC and his secondary account that he used those cheats on. That's
speaking of bans.
I don't know, when adults do dumb crap, I kind of have a little sympathy for him, to be honest with Noodle.
Yeah.
Like, if we're talking like some 14, 15-year-old Fortnite streamer, okay, kids do dumb crap. He's in high school. He wants to impress his friends. We all know that. But when it's grown-ass men and women, I don't know, man. I'm kind of like, you know better. You knew enough about the world to sign a contract with FaZe.
Agreed.
You should know better than to do dumb stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna take over here because it's So speaking of bans, this, I think it was like, God, this was what, almost 24 hours ago, 36 hours ago.
Very recent, yeah.
Yeah, it was about 48 hours ago.
I didn't even hear about it until Life Shifter brought it to my attention.
Yeah, but there's something going on with YouTube again. What a surprise!
Beamology 101 even made a video about it.
Right. There's a whole thing going on. Apparently people are getting banned from live streams for spamming emotes. And there's a whole Markiplier link about this, and I'm going to talk about it in a second. But it looks like it was completely automated, and it was like totally not supposed to happen. But it's happening, and it's not good. Here's the Markiplier video. People are getting banned off of his live stream for spamming emotes, which was part of his most recent thing that he was doing, I think. It's not okay. It's a mess. And I've got some personal stories about Markiplier. I met him twice at San Diego Comic-Con, and both times that I met him, not only did he remember me, but he specifically made a joke that he and I made the last time I had seen him. So I'm personally, I'm attached to Markiplier. I will back this guy up, and I think that what YouTube is doing is completely ridiculous. It's actively one of those things where it's not just bad code. The bad code is like, our algorithm made a mistake. Let's unban a couple of people and we'll move on. This is a large systematic removal of people from YouTube's system, and they are stopping appeals. There have been several appeals that he talks about in the video that were just completely overturned without explanation. Someone got their account back for 30 minutes, and then it was banned again.
Wow.
So they're in a whole heaping load of trouble right now because Markiplier made this long ass video about how this is ridiculous, and I agree with him. Yeah. It's completely ridiculous. So they're kind of, I feel like this is getting close to the last couple of straws for a lot of YouTubers, especially like Markiplier, where this is a substantial portion of his audience. This is a substantial portion of people that are giving him money pretty actively that are getting banned off of that platform with no explanation. And the only thing that Google has said about it is our teams have reinstated a number of accounts and are investigating. That's the only thing that they've said, which is a total and complete boilerplate. That's like, we don't have an actual explanation. Here's your little pink slip boilerplate, and then moving on. And it's it's ridiculous.
This is why I've had zero sympathy for them when it comes to the regulation talks.
Right. I've lost my sympathy for YouTube. They've completely screwed over their content creators, and this whole Markiplier thing is a great example of it. They've completely just ruined the platform that they tried to make.
Yeah, YouTube.
That's my rant. My rant's over. But
YouTube has been
good rant.
Very good. Thank you, Midas. YouTube has been going off the rails for a while now. We know this with a lot of just their changes in TOS and how they're treating their creators on the platform. And
look at
this. It's really weird. It's really crappy to see this, and it's even crappier knowing that YouTube they dominate the video sharing platform on the internet, and it's kind of like they're getting away with making all these crazy dumbass decisions because they're the only big boy in the yard, pretty much.
There's nowhere else for people to go.
Yeah.
As somebody who's probably going to get demonetized from the jump when he finally uploads something to YouTube, I'm going to go ahead and say this. YouTube sucks at YouTube, and they're in control of YouTube. What'd you think? This happened with Pewds. I knew it was going to go down the Markiplier and the rest. And everybody was like, oh, yeah, screw PewDiePie. Screw him. He's the biggest guy on the channel, on the whole website. Nobody cares about him. And I was like, this is going to trickle down. As soon as you let them abuse huge creators like this that got their, growth through organic, huge growth, it's going to trickle down. And, Marky Moo's now on that tier. He's right below the PewDiePie tier, and they're moving down there.
Yeah, he has 24.5 million subscribers, and that's one of the the top tier YouTubers.
Yeah.
Like, look at Rewind. Every year, a YouTube creator makes a way better version than the actual website who made, like, YouTube upload. Like, a lot of people don't know this. Viewers, did you know that YouTube actually has a channel on YouTube called YouTube?
Yes.
I have seen it. It is
Yes.
verified. It has
Yes.
less than 100,000 subscribers. They make some of the most high quality videos on there, but they're crap. Nobody likes that.
Watch, I promise you, here I am in chat. I don't know how to say that name. I'm on a roll right now. He made a really great point. They made a really great point. Sorry. That they have a monopoly on the market and they're imposing their will on everyone else. I completely and totally agree.
Exactly.
I think that we're gonna find ourselves in the next 6 to 12 months all subscribed to the official YouTube channel.
And that's why
every user on YouTube.
If you noticed, a lot of the YouTubers that have been getting hit the hardest are the YouTubers that have been here since the original owners
beginning.
had control.
Yep.
Since before Google. It's all the big creators that are pre-Google. All the ones that are post-Google, yeah, they're getting demonetized here and there. They're getting messed with. It's true. There's plenty of people that started in the past 5-6 years that have been messed with by YouTube. But on the whole, YouTube's aiming at the guys who made the website what it is because they want to put their own plants in there. You know, look what happened with the Viner invasion, as it's been coined since. You know, they tried bringing in the Pauls and all these crazy people from Vine because that was owned by Google. And yeah, a few trips to the forest kind of ended.
Woo-hoo!
But
whoa,
Whoa!
Oh, I'm vicious.
Oh,
we're really calling out the big shots. Oh my god.
Like I said, I'm gonna start out on YouTube demonetized. One day I'm gonna upload something and it's gonna be like triple demonetized. You owe us money now.
You pay us to keep it up.
I'm watching. We'll upload videos to YouTube tomorrow. I'm gonna get a bill for $50 from Google.
Yeah, I agree with Toyota. I mean, you know, a monopoly essentially they have that corner of the market. You know, that's their market, and you know, the same with like Disney. As much as I love Disney, I give props to Disney. I think everybody does. You know, it's like we're seeing a lot less and less from other companies because they own so much of like this market.
Well, yeah.
You
know? All the Bankskis, all the Blumenthals are gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, their actual competition is gone. They own everything. They bought the Henson Company. They bought ABC. You know what? Everybody watching right now, go look and see what Disney owns.
Yeah. Exactly.
Go see what they own. They own all what you think is their competition is their subsidiary. You think Nickelodeon's competing with Disney? No, they bought them out like in 2007. All right. That's why Disney makes a lot of crap now because they have no competition. There's nobody like kicking.
Yeah, they can make
Fox
whatever they want.
Their only competition. They just bought them out like what? Beginning of this year? They just bought Fox?
Yeah, they bought up Fox. And that's why it's scary, is because without the competition, without people like on platforms that can kind of fight with another platform, they can just get away with whatever the hell they want, and that's what we're seeing with YouTube right now.
They'll make whatever they want. Now, I'm real big on creative freedom. You know, I believe producers' job is just supply the money, let the creatives do what they do best. But when companies are allowed to do whatever the hell they want, that's when we get in the stupid territory. And that's what we've been getting into. That's why everybody goes to like YouTube now. Everybody goes to like indie comics now. Everybody goes to like indie productions now from small production houses because indie films are the shit now. Let's be honest. It's better than look. I just watched Supergirl the other day on the CW. I've seen better CGI on YouTube.
So bad
CGI on YouTube 10 years ago.
A great example of this is Untitled Goose Game. And it's totally just it's an indie game made by like 3 people that became the most popular video game for like 3 weeks, and it was literally because we're so starved for content, like good content,
something different,
that like something completely different. And they were just like, here's a game where you can become a goose and cause problems for other people, and it sold like crazy. And that's exactly like where this is headed, and it's the same thing. I can even name, I'm not sponsored by them, but hey, sponsor me. Windscribe. Windscribe is a great example. They're a VPN that's made by people just like the ones sitting in our Twitch chat right now. They're made by good people who don't want to be these huge horrible corporate conglomerates. It's made by super reliable people, but it's one of those things where that's what we've got now. That's where we're headed, is we're starting to head out of the corporate sector and into the smaller markets, and people are starting to catch on. Windscribe is able to keep itself out of the, the VPN conglomerate. So far, same with Discord. Discord's been able to do the same thing.
Thank God,
yeah. They're all self-contained nowadays, and it's great because it means that we're moving out of big practices like YouTube and Disney, but we're not moving fast enough.
No.
Yeah. Because the issues with those big groups is they listen to the loudest group. They don't listen to the mob. They listen to the loudest group. And that's why we get all this dumb stuff. People who don't buy, comic books are like making decisions about comic books now.
Yeah.
People who don't have any interest in anime are dictating anime dubs. And it's like, no, back off, sucker. I know I get judged because I watch dubs. I get it. Okay.
Netflix, Evangelion. Sorry. Oh, sorry. I got a little bit of content stuck in my throat. What was that? I think he said, "I love you," but then it got changed to "You are my grace" or something. Yeah, no. And then they cut "Fly Me to the Moon" too, which is great.
Yeah. So a little Netflix rant aside.
I'm pissed about it. I'm sorry. I'm still angry about it.
No, trust me. I remember when they originally aired. I'm sure Two does too. We're mad with you.
Yeah.
We're mad for your generation. I came right behind it. We thought we were leaving you guys great anime in our footsteps. And
you
just
did.
went and censored the crap out of it.
Eva's great. And then they were just like, oh, yeah, they're gay. That's not happening. And then they just took it out. And I was like, okay, cool.
So, yeah.
Corporations are the problem, people.
Yeah, good conversation. I know we kind of segued a bit.
We derailed a bit, but
I think it was a good conversation to have to talk about, just like...
Key matter is we love indie studios and indie projects.
And Markiplier, if you're out there and you can listen, I love you, and I know you're not the real Markiplier.
Yeah, like I know YouTube is convenient. I know, Amazon's convenient, Disney's convenient, but, when you can, so make sure you support these indie companies and devs and everybody.
Though I did mention the Henson company, Lisa Henson and Brian Henson basically run that biatch. So please buy their content because they're still doing a great job. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. That about wraps up our show today. Remember, next Saturday we're going to be having a 24-hour charity stream raising money for the big, beautiful kids. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. We're going to have
your money.
All of our shows on there: Push to Talk, Open Comms, the Meta Show, and Insider Gaming News Talk Show. That's going to be.
Even I might show up too, guys.
Finally. And I'll be having my own block that I'm streaming as well. That'll be from 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern time, or 1400 Eve time is when it starts next Saturday, November 16th. So please come out for that. Support us if you can. And if you can't support us, with money, of course, just having you there is all the support that we need, essentially. So.
And tag us if you want to tweet about it or post about it on Facebook or something. Tag us and we'll make sure that you get retweets from me.
I'm reading the notes that Life Shifter Tommy left me. I have no goddamn idea about Eve. I played it once. And I was like...
I'm the Eve player here, so please direct the Eve questions to me. I'm the Logi bro.
I played it once and I was just like, not for me. But I love you guys. I love the community. You guys are awesome. So
I just do what my boss tells me to do.
One day, Tutu, one day we're gonna strap you to a chair for 6 months and we're gonna get you in the Eve.
Oh Jesus, I'm doing everything I can to.
It's gonna be like that scene from that one movie where your eyelids are forced open.
Yeah, it's gonna be like Saw.
About chicken much.
You play Eve, you know that's how it's gonna have to go down.
Any last words or comments or anything, guys? Just to close this out.
Am I gonna get in trouble if I say Free Hong Kong?
No.
Yeah. We gotta ban you. This is
ban you.
This is Midas' last show. I'm sorry, guys.
It was sorry, guys. Okay. It was fun. It was a fun run.
I got one thing to say. If you see me in Destiny 2 and we do the Haunted Forest, it's timed, okay? I'm getting sick of you people dicking around.
Wow.
Okay, I'm trying to get to the 9th branch. All right, we need to move, people.
So you can check
All right.
out
Okay.
myself, SoPleb Hindo, on Twitch and here on the INN channel. Midas, you can check him out on
Twitter.
The Twitters over there.
Twitter.com/functionalfrog.
Functional Frog. And yeah, thank you guys so much for coming on by. We really appreciate you. Have a wonderful Sunday, and we are out. Peace. Deuces.
Don't pay for the permit. I don't care if you buy a permit. Do you know how little I actually care if you have a permit?
Complaining about the fact that he received no support from that. I think Bode has some.
Yes, I
some
do.
links for us.
Oh, I got some links for you.
It's like simple shit like that. Nope, simple shit like that. If he can't answer that,
I need to break in because I need more original every week. That's a goal.
Do you really actually get paid for that? Because you deserve money for that last one. That one was a fucking amazing setup.